protect my peace, but this has been on my heart. This has been weighing on my heart because I didn't know that this was a big deal.
Kimmi Scott has officially cut ties with Nell Fletcher, and fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, are in full shock. The drama didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. If anything, that's when things got real. In a move that left the fan base buzzing, Kimmi blocked Nell on Instagram, and insiders say this was not just a random social media decision. It came with serious behind-the-scenes tension. Early in their friendship, Kimmi and Nell seemed to be on good terms. Kimmi welcomed Nell into the group, even offering grace when others were skeptical of her. They interacted often on social media, with mutual comments, likes, and support. But that all came to a halt. Kimmi went radio silent. No more comments, likes, or public interactions. Fans started asking questions, and it became clear that the silence wasn't accidental. Something deeper was going on, and Kimmi's decision to block Nell was a clear boundary being drawn. So what caused the fallout? According to insiders, this feud didn't come out of nowhere. It was a slow buildup. The first red flag was Nell growing closer to Letitia and Marceau Scott. On the surface, that might not seem like a big deal, but Kimmi has had a rocky relationship with Marceau, and she's openly questioned his behavior in the past. When Nell started showing up in selfies with Letitia and Marceau, laughing on live streams, and echoing some of their opinions during group conversations, Kimmi likely took notice. In a group where friendships are also alliances, Nell's shift raised eyebrows. But what really sent things over the edge was a comment Nell allegedly made about Kimmi's health journey. It happened off camera and hasn't been confirmed publicly, but sources say it came off as dismissive, almost like a backhanded remark disguised as concern. Given how open and vulnerable Kimmi has been about her health struggles, that comment cut deep. For Kimmi, this wasn't just drama, it was personal. That moment was reportedly the final straw. Soon after filming wrapped, Kimmi unfollowed Nell on Instagram. In the reality TV world, an unfollow is serious, but she didn't stop there. She hit the block button, signaling there was no room left for fake energy or superficial friendships. Fans noticed instantly. Screenshots circulated online, and the fan base exploded with speculation. Not long after, Nell posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, "Sometimes peace means letting go." She didn't name names, but the timing said it all. Kimmi responded with her own subtle clapback. "Distance is peace." What followed was a digital chess match. Other cast members began liking, reposting, and reacting to both posts, confirming the divide wasn't just between Kimmi and Nell. It was spilling over into the Scott family. Maurice Scott, Kimmi's husband, was caught in the middle. Sources say he tried to mediate the conflict behind the scenes, talking to both Kimmi and his brother Marceau to prevent things from escalating further. But not everyone was looking for peace. Marceau, never one to avoid drama, allegedly made things worse by leaking private conversations meant to stay within the family. These weren't just minor details. Some were emotional and sensitive topics Kimmi may have shared with Maurice in confidence. That kind of betrayal hit hard. To Kimmi, it probably felt like she was being betrayed by both a friend and family. The emotional toll was visible. In the final group scenes, fans noticed a shift in Maurice's demeanor. His usual calm was replaced by noticeable tension. Even the show's editing seemed different, more disjointed than usual. Some fans believe the producers were trying to hide how fractured the family really was, carefully choosing what parts of the conflict made it to air. On set, the atmosphere was tense. Sources say the final filming days were nothing like past seasons. Cast members were walking on eggshells, confessionals had to be rewritten, and Kimmi reportedly refused to film with certain cast members if Nell was present. Even the final cast dinner meant to be a celebratory.
Make sure that no one is misled by this information. First of all, my name is Maurice Scott. Maurice Jefferson Scott, Sr. And if you're going to do research on a Maurice Scott, make sure that you're researching the right.
Celebratory moment fell flat. Nell showed up first, smiling like nothing was wrong. But once Kimmi arrived, the mood changed completely. They barely interacted, and producers cut the scene short because the vibe just wasn't working. Fans quickly picked sides online. Supporters of Kimmi praised her for setting boundaries and protecting her peace, especially given all she's endured. But Team Nell had a different view. They accused Kimmi of playing the victim and managing her image. One fan commented, "Kimmi doesn't move unless it benefits her image. Y'all really think she randomly blocked Nell?" Others pointed to moments where Nell supported Kimmi, like at a charity event, and questioned why that loyalty wasn't remembered. Some fans even went back to older episodes, looking for signs of tension earlier in the season. Many believed the turning point was in St. Thomas, when things seemed to shift without explanation. While Kimmi made her stance clear through social media, Nell remained silent. Publicly, at least, she's been posting calm, peaceful images, yoga, nature, smiling, but not addressing the fallout directly. That silence, however, is only adding fuel to the speculation. Rumors are swirling that Nell may be preparing to speak out, possibly in a sit-down interview that isn't shaped by editing or production. Allegedly, she feels the show gave Kimmi a protected edit, painting her as the one in the right, while Nell was cast as the shady outsider. If Nell does speak, fans believe she'll come with receipts and her version of the story. Now, all eyes are on the upcoming reunion. Will Kimmi address the fallout on camera, or will she avoid the topic altogether? Some insiders say she's already asked producers to limit the conversation, or even threatened not to appear if specific questions are asked. One thing is clear. This isn't just a disagreement between two cast members. It's a fracture that has shaken the entire Scott family dynamic and could shape the future of love and marriage, Huntsville. As reunion filming approaches, tensions are already running high behind the scenes. Production sources say there's been a noticeable shift in energy, with cast members being warned to keep it professional after what's happened between Kimmi and Nell. This isn't just your average reality show beef. This cut deep, especially since Kimmi had been considered one of the more balanced and level-headed members of the cast. For her to take such a public and final stance by blocking Nell, fans know it must have been serious. Viewers are also wondering how Maurice will handle this moving forward. Will he back Kimmi entirely, or will he try to patch things up with his brother and sister-in-law for the sake of family unity? That question remains unanswered, but what's clear is that Maurice has remained quiet, at least publicly. While he hasn't unfollowed Nell or Marceau, his lack of interaction on social media is telling. Some fans speculate he's caught in an impossible position, stuck between loyalty to his wife and the obligations of family. Meanwhile, Marceau has been fueling the fire in subtle ways. He's made vague posts on social media that seem to mock Kimmi's decision to block Nell using hashtags like #unbothered and your family first, which fans interpreted as digs. Letitia hasn't spoken out directly either, but her likes and comments on Nell's posts speak volumes. It's becoming obvious that lines have been drawn, and reconciliation doesn't seem to be on the horizon. Kimmi, for her part, has continued to post inspirational content, quotes about growth, strength, and letting go of toxic energy. To her followers, she's sending a message loud and clear. She's not interested in fake apologies or pretending for the cameras. She wants peace. And if that means cutting off someone she once welcomed, then so be it. Her stance has sparked conversation across social media, with fans debating whether her boundary setting is empowering or